Abraham welcomed God without realizing it. What if I told you Abraham once welcomed God into his home without fully realizing how powerful that moment would become? It happened during the burning heat of Mamre. Abraham was sitting outside his tent in the middle of the day. He was old, tired, and still waiting for a promise that seemed impossible. Years had passed. Sarah had grown old beside him, and the son God promised still had not arrived. With every passing season, hope became harder to hold on to. Then suddenly, 3 visitors appeared in the distance. Something about them made Abraham rise immediately. He ran to meet them, bowed low to the ground, and begged them to stay. What looked like ordinary hospitality became a holy encounter. Abraham hurried into the tent and asked Sarah to prepare fresh bread. He chose a tender calf from his herd and served milk, curds, and meat beneath the shade of the trees. The moment seemed simple, but heaven had stepped into his world. Then one of the visitors asked, "Where is Sarah, your wife?" Sarah listened quietly from inside the tent. And then came the promise that changed everything. By this time next year, Sarah will have a son. Sarah laughed softly to herself. Not because it was funny, but because it felt impossible. She and Abraham were both old. Humanly speaking, the promise no longer made sense. But then came the words that still inspire hearts today. Is anything too hard for the Lord? That was the turning point. God was showing that his power begins where human strength ends. Sarah's laughter came from years of pain and disappointment, but soon it would become the laughter of joy. Because what seemed impossible to people was still possible with God. But the story did not end there. As the visitors prepared to leave, they looked toward the city of Sodom. God revealed that judgment was near because of the wickedness in the land. And Abraham did something remarkable. He stood before God and pleaded for mercy. What if there are 50 righteous people? What if there are 40? What if there are 30? What if there are only 10? Step by step, Abraham asked for mercy instead of destruction. And through that conversation, something powerful was revealed. God is not eager to destroy. He is full of justice, patience, and mercy. By the end of that day, Abraham was changed forever. He was no longer just a man waiting for a promise. He became a man who experienced the heart of God. And Sarah's laugh of doubt would soon become the laugh of a miracle. Because when God speaks, the impossible is never the end of the story.